This is Shayna with Against the Grain Homestead. In this video we're going to talk about tomato leaf curl and we're going to talk about pruning your tomato plants. I'm also going to show you 3 different types of tomato plants that we started from seed directly in the ground. We have been gardening since 2004 and this video was originally going to be 3 separate videos, so I hope you enjoy.
Here I have 2 heirloom Abe Lincoln tomato plants. So here's one, and here's 2 right here. So I actually direct sowed the seed of these. I did 2 seeds, and as you can see, they both came up. This is July 23rd, and I sowed these seeds May something, I forget when. Anyhow, I've already pruned them. I've been pruning them. Everything's going good. I just kind of wanted to show you some leaf curl here. Okay, I'll just go ahead and show you the overview. How tall they are right now. This one goes up here, this one goes here, and then, you know, they do have some suckers here. I've pruned off all the suckers that I want to prune off so far. There's a sucker. Anyhow, these are doing very well. I've never grown Abe Lincoln tomatoes before, so I'm not quite sure how big they're supposed to get or anything like that, but they grow on like this little vine cluster, so I don't think they're supposed to get very big. So you can see here's another cluster right there. And up here, here's some more flowering. Well, some have already flowered and some haven't. Okay, so I want to talk about this leaf curl here. Okay, so for over a month, we have had temperatures off and on, but more times on than off, of over 100 degrees, and the humidity has been very, very high. No rain. So if they are folded up or curled upward from the midrib, that's nothing to be concerned about. It just means it's a weather type thing. They are just trying to conserve the resources, the water that they do have. It is not a mineral or nutrient deficiency. And also, you know, you just want to make sure that they're not curled upward because of like a caterpillar or something. You know, there's no caterpillar or worm, you know, cocoon or nest in here, so that's fine. But like I said, the temperatures have been, you know, 100 degrees off and on, more times on than off, for over a month now. The humidity has been very high. We haven't had any rain, so they are really just trying to conserve the resources that they do have. So that's all that is. But you can see the plants overall, they are just doing very well. They're green, there's new growth, they're just great. I do want to show you that, let's see, okay, so like I said, these 2 are Abe Lincoln, and then right over here are 2 more I direct sowed. These are an heirloom cherry something, I forget what they're called. Anyhow, they're very small, they get small, and they get red. Anyhow, but as you can see, they're kind of close together here, so I'm going to prune some of these leaves right here that are kind of growing inside. Hang on. Okay, that's kind of growing inside in the center here, right there. And I just want to prune those, that way we make sure we get airflow, and so it decreases the chance of blight and any kind of problems. Okay, so I'm going to prune this one, and I'm going to go through here and see if any more need to be pruned. I might prune this one, it's growing that way, over around the basil. And back behind this, I have some green beans, some pole beans, and then some bush beans over there. Okay, so I went ahead and I pruned that one leaf that you see here. After looking at the rest of them, I thought they were okay. I do need to prune these 2 cherry type tomatoes, and then I need to go over and prune those. I need to go over and prune those other 2. Those are San Marzano tomatoes as well. I started those from seed, directly sown as well, all on the same day. I did 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of those. 2 seeds of each directly in the ground in May, and they're growing well and they're producing. All right. I also wanted to mention about pruning. It's always a good idea to prune your tomato plants from the ground up several inches. Sometimes just 1 or 2, you know, leaf nodes will be fine. It just really depends. You just want to make sure that you prune it to where as it rains or as you water it, the water can't touch the ground and splash back on the leaves, because there can be funguses or bacteria in the soil, and as it splashed back onto the leaves, it can cause, you know, blight and different, I guess there was some green pollen on the tomato leaves. Anyway, it can cause blight and other diseases on the leaves. So you always want to keep the leaves dry, and also direct sunlight helps kill any fungus or bacteria that might be on the leaf. So that's another good reason. And you want to make sure you get airflow through here. So that's why I'm going through here and doing this. I have basil right there. I gotta cut down quite a bit, so that'll help with that. And then these green beans, these are pole beans right here. And that one is falling down right here. I need to go and put that back up. These two tomato plants right here, these are currant sweet pea heirloom tomato seed or plants. They've been flowering, they have been producing tomatoes, and they are sweet and just cute. And they actually they produce several tomatoes. I mean, you can see it's it's a long cluster. See, this is just one. So I haven't actually counted them. So I've got to prune these. They're getting kind of bushy here, and they also grow suckers. Anyhow, I let some of the suckers grow. Overall, they are doing very well. You can see way up here, they have more flowers and little tomatoes back here as well. They're doing very, very well. I'm proud of them. I'm happy with them. They just have flowers all over. They're just loaded with flowers. These are my San Marzano tomatoes. There are 2 of them. I direct sowed 2 of the seeds in May. It is now July 23rd. They both germinated, as you can tell, and they both are doing very well. This is my first time growing San Marzano, so I'm not quite sure what to expect in taste or production from them, but I am pleased with them. So they grow on these clusters like this, and I don't guess they get very big. They are a paste tomato, but anyhow, so we have several of them, as you can see. All right, and their flowers, like the rest, are yellow. Anyhow, as with all tomatoes, you want to prune from the bottom up a few inches. I'm actually going to take this one out because this one is growing, this leaf is growing into the center. I want it to grow, I don't want them to be, out of direct sunlight. I like them to have full sun because it'll decrease, stop it, Max, because it will decrease chances for diseases and funguses to develop if sunlight can actually be on them. So the reason I prune low up so far is, again, for water, because you don't want the water, whether you're watering or it's raining, to splash on the ground and then splash back onto the leaves, because it can, cause diseases from bacteria or fungus. All right, so as I said with the Abe Lincoln ones with the leaves curling upward, I am not surprised, and I'm perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with these. These are healthy so far. It's just an environmental issue. The temperatures, the humidity we've been having, these tomato plants, they're just trying to conserve all the resources they can. Okay, they're trying to hold that moisture in. All right. But I do need to do some more pruning on these because they are getting a little bit crowded here, so we need to increase the airflow. And as I touch some of them, I can actually feel moisture on the side of my hand. So, so I want to take off some of these extra leaves and prune some of these, like this one here will be taken out as well, to increase ventilation, airflow, and sunlight. Okay, so as you can see, there's quite a bit more sunlight could filter through and airflow as well. I pruned quite a bit.